Are the Jets for real? They are
Mr.
coming
Ra-
in to week 2 after a tough loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 34-32, and they welcome the Buffalo Bills to town. The Bills coming off of a heartbreaking, for me at least, a crazy game, probably the game of the year, 41-40 over the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Vijay, first off, how are you doing?
It took me about 3 days to legitimately get over that loss. I know there's a lot of positives to take out of that. I'm good. I'm ready for Buffalo to come into MetLife, Josh Allen's House of Horrors. Josh Allen, for as great as he is, he has 17 total giveaways against my New York Football Jets, which is the most he has against any opponent. I know, shout out to Robert Saleh. The one good thing he did do was coach against Josh Allen, but I digress. I'm good. Your Baltimore Ravens almost made me look like a genius. I think I picked them to beat the Bills by 2 scores, and for about 3 and some odd quarters, I thought I was going to be right. I am sorry about that, Ryan, because I was rooting for you guys, especially after the pit in my stomach I had all day around 4:15. Watching Mr. Rogers gloat and walk off that field as if he just won like a conference championship game, especially in the press conference. But I digress. We'll see who wins the war when we all look up at the end of the season. But that's my long-winded way of saying I'm ready for week 2. Week 1 was definitely exciting. And I'm gonna hit you with a hot take here. It's probably gonna piss off a lot of Bills Mafia. And this is not just heart speaking. This is head. This is head and heart. Double H. I got my guy, Justin Fields. Yes, that's my guy. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, Ryan. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I got Justin Fields going into MetLife again. This time with hopefully more Jets fans than the opposing fans. But, Bills Mafia's travel. So I'm expecting another 50-40 split probably. I got Justin Fields throwing 2 touchdowns this week.
Okay, 2 touchdowns.
One to Garrett, one to Brees. Okay. I got him running for 2 touchdowns. So, yes, I got Justin Fields scoring 4 total touchdowns. I got the Jets winning a barn burner because I have no faith in my defense right now. See, I am using my head here, Bills Mafia, so don't eviscerate me yet. I got the Jets winning a 37-34 classic. This time our fortunes flip, where we got Folk Hero hitting a field goal at the end to win it. When it looks like all is going into overtime at the buzzer. I got Josh Allen adding 2 more turnovers to that turnover total against the Jets. I got him hitting Sweet 19. Sweet 19 against the Jets. I got him with less total touchdowns than Justin Fields. I think the Bills are going to be able to run for a couple touchdowns. They're going to do some trickery there. I think Josh Allen has a terrible day. I'll go terrible. Terrible day against the Jets. I think that thriller against your team, Rye, was a thriller. I think Ed Oliver being out was a big part of why they were able to come back in that thriller, even though there was a gazillion points scored in that game. I got Brees Hall looking like rookie Brees Hall again. Brees Hall. I got the Jets, the only rushing touchdowns coming from my QB. And I got the Jets looking like the real deal. I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid. I think their defense still suspect. If you want that cornerback, from Baltimore, Mr. Stevens, you could have him back. I have him getting roasted again this year, this year and this week. I got him giving up at least another 2 touchdowns. I think Baltimore fans, including yourself, are absolutely right about him. I think the Jets defense is going to keep this a heart attack game till the bitter end. Josh Allen's going to put on that Superman cape and make this a thriller. But I got the Jets scoring close to 40. Bills' run defense is suspect to say the least. And I'm almost at the point now, I guess, wearing the green glasses. I'm almost at the point now where people are saying we want to be Baltimore light. I think the Jets are just going to be the Jets plus, where Justin Fields is not Lamar Jackson, but I think Brees Hall, if he remains healthy, I'm going to knock on every piece of wood here in this office. I got this offensive line the Jets have as being the real deal, right? They're going to be able to run the ball. Joe Tippmann, I don't think I don't want to downplay the loss of AVT. You know, with how they ran the ball so well, all aside, AVT is still, when healthy, all pro guard. I don't think Tippmann is as big of a drop off as a lot of people think. I think he's a better guard and center. I know a lot of Jets Nation and just pundits out there actually agree with that. I got the Jets running for over 200 yards in this game. I got Justin Fields throwing for another over 200 yards. I'm going to stay on planet Earth. I don't think he hits that 300 number just yet.
Okay. You're just tacking on things to the parlay here.
Yeah, and I got him running for another 40. Jets 37, Bills 34. An exciting game till the end. My blood pressure might be God knows what by the time this game is over. We're going to get some revenge for your team, Brian.
Thanks.
From Baltimore. We're going to send Josh home with 2 turnovers, and Justin Fields plays a clean game. Again, completely clean game. 2 touchdowns running, 2 touchdowns throwing. I think Justin Fields is on his way to actually being that guy that the football gods owe us Jets fans. That tab, I think, has come due. Or I think after this game, we will say maybe that tab has come due. Another showing like what we had last week from Justin Fields, and I will feel like the football gods have finally paid the tab to us, Jets Nation.
Okay.
Go ahead and roast me as you will.
All right. First trivia question for you. Name the only quarterback in Jets history with 2 passing and 2 rushing touchdowns in the same game.
Against the Bills or just in general?
Any game.
2 rushing, 2. Wow, you're probably going back to a time before I was born. We're not talking about I
don't know.
Richard Todd.
No. He did have a couple games with 2 passing, 1 rushing, but no, not that far back.
2 rushing, 2 passing. At least give me a hint. Are we talking 90s, early 2000s?
2010s.
2010. We're not talking about Mark Sanchez, are we?
It is the Sanchez.
The Sanchez?
Yes,
was that a losing effort? Did he not throw 5 picks in that game too, or something like that?
No, it was a 37-10 win against the Chiefs. This is the game that got Todd Haley fired.
Wow! If you had asked someone what 2 teams are playing, Chiefs and Jets, the score's 37-10. Which team scored 37? Wow! Yeah. There was a time in our lifetime where that was a thing. And
which team fired their coach after it?
I'm going to say the Jets.
All right.
Okay.
Vijay, I'm going to back you up here. The Bills' defense sucked Sunday night. They made really one great play, forcing the fumble on Derrick Henry that flipped the whole game. But PFF run defense grade, 45.4, 31st in the NFL, only better than Miami. Miami was really bad. Run defense grade, 48.4, worst in the NFL. Tackling grade, 59, bottom half of the NFL. Pass rush grade, that was actually okay. They were able to get after the pass for a little bit. Just kidding, a 57.2, bottom 8 of the league. Coverage grade, a 42.1, bottom 4 in the NFL. Listen, they have Superman, Josh Allen on the other side, so it's not going to matter. The Bills are going to win. I'm sorry, Vijay, but the Jets are going to be able to move the ball. Justin Fields is should be able to throw the ball, frankly. I wonder if Christian Benford is ready for that smoke again. He got obliterated by the Ravens receivers, and then he started yapping after the game.
You did?
Oh, do it again. Yeah, they were doing it all night long to you. You are not the reason your team won, and you will not be the reason your team wins on Sunday. So watch for Garrett against Benford, because that's going to be barbecue chicken. Watch for even Alan Lazard against Christian Benford. Okay, that might be a little too far. But, yeah, this Bills defense is not good. It is just simply not good. Josh Allen is that man, so it'll probably be a 27-21 or a 31-27 type game. The spread's 6.5, so I'm leaning Jets to cover, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 7-point game, a 35-28, 31-24, something like that. Bills win. Sorry, Vijay. Sorry, Ravens flock. Bills, I'll take them 31-24.
And that is not too outlandish because, typically, especially when these 2 teams meet at MetLife, different coaching staff, different QB, of course, but the history says this will be a close game, even if, FanDuel doesn't think so, or most betting books. I I forgot to add this in my little soliloquy. I got Josh Allen under 220 passing yards. How do you feel about that? I believe most of the yards will come on the left side or whatever side the ex-Raven is on.
Yeah.
I believe
with that one, it's tough because last year the Bills just took the ball out of Allen's hands a lot of times, so he didn't have the gaudy counting stats as he usually does. But last week he threw for almost 400 yards, 250 in the fourth quarter. So
yes,
if you're leaning towards that direction, maybe it's easier to pick on the Jets secondary, namely Brandon Stevens, as opposed to the run defense, the linebackers, the defensive line that I think should be able to get after Josh. The Bills have a good offensive line, so this is going to be strength on strength. So not a total mismatch, but I think the Bills should be able to get open on the corners not named Sauce, because Sauce was terrific. Sauce was terrific. He was worthy of the name. I know he didn't get an interception, but he was worthy of the name.
For that
Brandon
game,
Stevens had his normal BS performance.
Performance, yes.
Yeah, the rest of the coverage unit was fine, capable. They had a bust. You allowed 4 touchdowns. That isn't great. One of them is on the touch pass. Then you have a busted coverage. So I have the Bills by 7. Vijay, what's your final score? 37-34. Yes.
37-34. And I also the X factor in this game, with all those gaudy stats, I guess by Jet standards that I threw out there for what I expect in the offense, because I'm drinking Kool-Aid from week 1. That was a legit Steelers offense that we went against. Steelers defense we went against. Sorry. Membu, I think I know he's getting talked about, the talk of the town, toast of the town. I don't even think he's getting his flowers enough. What he did to TJ Watt. Did you hear TJ Watt's name, really? Nope.
That man was locked down. And I know the narrative was the Jets ran to the opposite side. They ran away from TJ Watt. Okay, yes. That's fine. That is intelligent. But when they did run towards TJ Watt was blown off the ball because Armand Membu was one of the 5 best players on the NFL in the entire week. Not like top 5 tackle, top 5 offensive lineman. No, just top 5 player, not top 5
period. Not rookie, yes.
Player, period. He was in the conversation, at least for me, is who was the player of the week? It's the Allens of the world. Henry went bananas. Ed Oliver. That game was really crazy, man. I thought Kyle Hamilton was great, but Armand Membu was in the thick of that conversation. He was fantastic, locking down TJ Watt, stonewalling TJ Watt over and over and over again. So will he do that to Greg Rousseau and the likes? Who knows? I hope so. That'd be nice, but what a performance by the Jets offensive line. And that really impressive. And Fields was excellent. 90.4 PFF passing grade, a stellar debut. Can you believe the Jets are number 2 in PFF offensive grade?
What a time to be alive, Jets Nation.
Yeah,
we are
ahead of everybody besides Green Bay. And Green Bay has the second game that they boosted their stats in.
We live in a time where at least for 1 week, the Jets have a better offense than the Ravens, rated anyway, Chiefs.
Hey.
Yeah. The best way to beat Superman, keep the ball out of his hands. I believe that, worst kept secret in the NFL, the Jets.
You're telling me.
Pound the ball. The X factor for me in this is Jermaine Johnson. He's my X factor in this. I have beautiful memories of him running down Josh Allen on that. Was that the 22-17 win? Not the Gibson, God rest his football Jet soul. Not the Gibson game, but Jermaine Johnson, I think, is going to be able to. He's going to be the guy that they're going to task with keeping Josh Allen from doing those 40-yard scrambles, Superman scrambles. And the X factor on offense is that O-line led by Membu and Olu, the 2 young tackles, and the Jets running game. 37-34. Jets offense looks legit again for 2 weeks in a row, and that Justin Fields chatter only grows. So
all right, absolutely. So my prediction: Bills 34, Jets 27, or was it 31-24? I had the Bills by 7. I forget what I said. Regardless, drop your score prediction in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a sub. Follow us. I'm at Mr. Splashman19. Vijay's at New York Jets Family. We'll be back next week. Peace.
Until then.